Hi ghouls, welcome back to Freaky Flick Friday. Here's a list of the horror movies releasing for the 4th week of July, where you could watch them. So let's talk horror. Releasing on video on demand on the 22nd is Ghost Killer. A college student never asked to be part of anyone's past, especially not a dead man. But when she is possessed by a former vengeful hitman named Kudo, she is then sucked into his unfinished business. Releasing in theaters on the 25th is Bambi the Reckoning. After a devastating car accident, a mother and her young son are stranded in the woods, injured and alone. But little do they know, something is watching them. Bambi, a mutated deer grieving the loss of their mother, and has marked them as the ones to blame. Releasing on Shudder on the 25th is a foreign film translated to Monster Island. This is set in the Pacific in 1942 with a Japanese soldier and a British prisoner of war, and they get stranded on a desert island with a creature that is trying to hunt them and kill them as prey. Now these two mortal enemies must work together in order to survive. Also releasing on the 25th on video on demand is E2. This is about an unhappy director named Brent who has been watching his play be rehearsed awfully for weeks. And to add insult to injury, he believes that his wife is having an affair with the leading man. Luckily for him, the janitor has been mopping the floors long enough to know everyone's dirty little secret that he is willing to share with Brent as long as he's willing to get his hands bloody. Releasing on the 25th in theaters is The Home. This is starring Pete Davidson, and it's the creator of The Purge. Pete's character is sentenced to community service at a retirement home. The residents on the 4th floor are strictly off limits due to special care. But as he digs deeper and uncovers the truth, he is realizing that his life and the residents' lives are in grave danger. Releasing in theaters on the 25th is House on Eden. Paranormal investigators Chris, Selena, and Jay find themselves rerouted to an abandoned house deep inside the woods, where they are then faced with a malevolent ancient spirit, and now they must fight for their lives. Releasing on the 25th on video on demand is Osiris. Special forces find themselves abducted mid-operation by a mysterious aircraft. When they wake up, they find themselves prey to a very vicious species of aliens. The horror movies releasing for the 4th week of July. Like always, I'll have the full list over on my Letterboxd for you to check out. Be sure to check out last week's Freaky Flick Friday so you know exactly what is releasing this week. And I'll be back next week with the rest of July horror movies that are releasing. But until then, keep watching horror movies, ghouls.